Okay, so I did some grinding. The reason they're all like level 40 something is because the ones in the Digi Lab are like level 45 or some shit. So I was like, oh shoot, we gotta catch them up. So here we are. And I was trying to make a few. There's like a couple that I'm like, oh yeah, Bancho Leomon. Oh yeah, um, I think this thing, Ground Dramon, turns into it might turn into something whack. Like I think it turns it looks like it might turn into like a weird looking crane thing. But I don't know. It looks cool right now. And I needed an extra virus type because all the virus types, they're all like dark types and stuff. Or War Growlmon, who's like level 43 or 45 or something like that. So I'm trying to like, I guess set everything up. And I have enough now to like put an actual like support. Like someone she knows how to heal everybody. And then I kind of have everyone with like, I guess maybe one buff move, unless they know like a debuff move. I'd rather buff than because debuffs have like a chance of not working. So it feels like you just kind of waste a turn. And he has this. I don't know if anyone else has this, but I guess it's pretty good if, like, you're fighting a boss. But anyway, the reason I was, like, staying outside was because right when I exited the room, she was like, oh, we got a new case, come back. I'm like, bitch, I just fucking left. I think these two are required. I mean, they're all required, but we'll just go through difficulty. I think this one's kind of important, though, like a main-ish side quest. Are you that detective that took my case? Can we talk about it? It's urgent. This cell's got photos of flowers on it, but I don't even remember taking them. Creepy, right? The other day I went to show a friend of mine a photo of my dog, but when I opened up my phone, it was all full of photos of flowers. I was like, what? So my friend was all like, hey, are you into flowers or something? She was totally freaked out, but seriously, I'm not into flowers, man. Although I'm not saying that I think some guy has been I think that might be a typo, has been using my phone when I'm not around. I always carry my phone around with me, but I keep finding more photos, I want to get this fixed, but I don't really understand what the problem is. What do you think? It'll be some ghost, you haunted? Spooky phenomenon? Yeah, right. Nah, no way. Coming from a detective, that's pretty crazy. Alright, in that case, can I trust you to figure this one out? You're the cyber sleuth, right? Okay, so if I leave this with you, can you investigate it for me? There are no skeletons in my closet. Go ahead and check all you want. I don't care. Like, how do we do it with an item that you're supposed to be holding? Like, wouldn't someone see that shit? Wow, no random battles. What about from this angle? Okay, cheese. Yeah, that looks good, just right. He'll definitely like me after these. Huh? Hey, who the hell are you? What am I doing? Well, obviously I'm taking a photo of myself and saving it on his phone. What? Stop taking selfies? No way. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn the animations on. Is it like Pokemon, like in grass types or whatever plant types, you get poisoned? Apparently so. No way, I lost. Huh? The guy who owns this phone doesn't like my photos on it? Oh, so what did he say about me? That I'm cute or pretty or... Okay, this whole thing is like a whole option. Nothing in particular. He sort of said you were cute. He's got this friend and he's afraid she'll think he likes flowers. What? No way. I took loads. Come on. What did he really say? Huh? That's not much of a reaction. Don't tell me anymore. It probably just shocked me. Oh, I didn't know he didn't like the pictures. I was hoping he'd like me once he saw them. Got it. If he doesn't like them, I'll stop saving the photos. But he wasn't bothered by me being here? Because I really don't want to leave. Oh, so that means I can stay here and hang up any calls he gets from women. Don't mess with a girl in love. What? You figured it out? What? It was a Digimon that fell in love with me? So, a Digimon. Wait, but isn't that kind of a virus or something? Are you saying hackers got into my phone? My phone was that badly infected? Please tell me you were able to completely get rid of it. What? It's harmless and won't mess up my phone? It's sorry? The viruses? I don't really get it, but I guess if it's harmless. What? So there's more? Huh? The Digimon might hang up my calls with women if it gets jealous? Well, then it isn't harmless at all. Does this Digimon really love me? It takes flower photos, gets all jealous. Such a sweet virus. I guess I won't erase it. I've never really been into women, so that's no problem. After all, I'm only into guys. I guess I'm in trouble now. Oh, you're the detective from the Kurumi Detective Agency, right? Here's my card. I'm from the Japanese Boxing Association. I want to discuss a strange phenomena affecting our official website. Recently, the hits the site's getting have soared, and the videos on the site are really popular. They're flocking to the site like kids to candy. Yeah, great. You think so? I thought tickets would be selling like hotcakes, and the shows would be sold out, but yeah. Anyway, this really should have drummed up a lot more interest, but the ticket sales haven't changed much. Not only that, the site's server has been crashing too. Even though it has attracted attention, no one can access the site, so now the association has its hands full dealing with complaints. The site just got so popular so quickly. It's not a pleasant thought, but maybe someone is messing with us, so we'd like you to investigate. The association website's URL is on that card. You should start out by checking it, or you should start by checking it out. What? Hey, who are you? Aren't you a human? This is the Japanese Boxing Association website server, you know. What are you doing in a place like this? Oh, I get it. You're here to take a look at some Digimon, aren't you? I guess you heard the rumor that this is a mecca for Digimon boxing fans. Suppose you'll want the guided tour. All us Gaomon who like boxing get together here. So this place is the best place for viewing the website. I always come here to look at the site. Cool, isn't it? Look at all the monitors. All the Gaomon living here live like this, so I can answer anything you want about the boxing site. There are more monitors to come too. Yay! What? More and more people in the human world can't see the site, and you're saying it's our fault the server keeps crashing? Seriously, and to think I was being polite and showing you around. If you're not here as a tourist, scram! Nothing for it, I suppose. I can't stop looking at the site, but I'll try to stick to using just one screen at a time. Though it's unfair for me to be the only one who has to use one monitor, and I don't think it's having such a huge effect anyway. Yeah, you're gonna have to convince the other Gaomon here. To be honest, I'm not sure they'll just sit here and listen to you, though. What is it? What do you want? Whatever it is, it'll have to wait. Huh? We have to stop using so many monitors? Why would you say such an awful thing? The official website server keeps crashing, but I'm always here looking at it. You're lying. Oh yeah, I remember. We're inside the server right now, so obviously it's easier to see it. We were looking at so many screens here that we broke the server. Okay, I understand. I want as many other people as possible to be able to get into boxing, so I'll make sure to just use one monitor. Huh? Stop using all these screens to look at the boxing site? Can't do it. If I don't look at it like this, I won't know what everyone's saying about boxing. I'll be so lonely if I can't talk to everyone. I don't want to be a loner. What, you're going around trying to get everyone to just use one screen? If everyone else is okay with it, I guess I am too. Yay, a visitor. Let's fight. Sure, whatever you want, but let's fight. Oh, you're strong. Whenever I watch boxing videos, I want to fight so much I start trembling. But anyway, what are you here for? The site's server keeps crashing? Oh, because everyone here is looking at loads of different pages, right? Okay, now I get it. What? Don't watch the site on multiple monitors? Yeah, whatever. Hey, Takeshi, looking good today. Say, what? If you beat me, I have to listen to you? Alright, I suppose. Let's go. Damn, I lost. Oh well, like you said, from now on I'll watch Takeshi on just one screen. Oh, that's better. Huh, did you come here because you're a boxing fan too? No way, boxing is awesome. Fun to watch, fun to do. I'll show you with a real fight. You're awesome. You're like impossibly strong. Huh? You want me to just use one monitor when looking at this site? Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'll do it for you, buddy. Since when are we buddies? Didn't we prove that just now? Come on, we went toe-to-toe in the ring. That's a sacred bond. When fist beats fist, true bonds are formed. That's what boxing's all about. Oh, it's you. How did the investigation go? What? What the heck is that? Oh, sorry, it's an email. Let me see. Huh? Check it out. Now the server seems to be running just fine. Did you fix it with that Digi thingamajig somehow? Okay, great. Thanks. Well, I'm not celebrating just yet. I thought the reason the server kept crashing was because the site was getting so many views from all the fans, but, well, I mean, I'm interested. Thank you. That's really great to hear. From now on, I'll just have to put on more matches and bring in more fans. Okay, I'll do my best. Oh, what the hell? Oh, yeah, there's like the extra... Okay, wait, let's do the other one that's on the board and then help him. Because I think she mentioned it too. She's like, hey, yo, I think I saw your friend in the cafe. I'll explain all the details. The client this time is the local government that takes care of the utilities for Nakano. Basically, it's a bureaucratic agency. Why are you so shocked? Of course, we specialize in the supernatural and complex cybercrime, so we usually have a very specific clientele. But we cooperated very well with Detective Matayoshi's police force, so they consider us to be a pretty good detective agency. So we've received a case from a public agency. Quite a rare event. This case was originally discussed by Detective Matayoshi with the government agency. It's a bit special, so Detective Matayoshi passed us down to the government agency like a sort of ace up his sleeve, and now it's our case. Got it? Good. The case is to unlock a gate in Nakano Underpass. It seems the gate is locked due to some electronic glitch that can't be opened. Huh? What? You don't know about Nakano Underpass? It's a facility that houses the equipment used to provide Nakano's public utilities, such as power cables, water pipes, and so on. They're moving forward with a plan to improve the look of the city center above ground by housing the public utilities underground. Looks like the visible power cables and telephone poles are set to disappear in the not-too-distant future. Underneath Nakano, there is a vast complex of tunnels, so there are of course many entrances. One of these entrances is the place where the gate we need to unlock is. It is a password-protected electronic lock, but it seems some time ago it locked for no reason and no one has been able to open it since. They contacted the manufacturer, but they gave up. If needs be, they will destroy the gate, but obviously that would incur serious costs. While the costs were discussed, a weird groaning sound was heard coming from the other side of the gate. Seems something strange is going on. The manufacturer had a bad feeling about it and didn't want to open the gate, but the government suspected criminal activity and called Matayoshi. I see. So the buck is passed to the Kurumi Detective Agency. Well, after all, we have the best people for the job if you want to access a place that's off bounds? Off bounds? Is that like a saying? Off bounds to most. This is actually a good opportunity. I've been wanting to investigate the rumors surrounding Nakano's underground system for a while. The gate in question has an electronic lock, so naturally there's a cyberspace inside it. You're the only one who can break into the gate without destroying it. We've already received permission from the government to access the underpass. Alright then, shall we go and find out what the real situation with this underground gate is? Where is that groaning voice coming from? What kind of strange world lies beyond the gate? This is gonna be so much fun. Huh? It's an underground gateway, so there will be an underground tunnel behind it, right? Have you ever heard of this stochastic process in quantum mechanics? I guess I should tell you about Schrodinger's cat. Until we open up the gate, we cannot know if we will find an underground tunnel or the void of space. Until you open that gate, the world is in a flux of overlapping possibilities, so just try to enjoy it. Let's go. The case is a simple matter of unlocking the gate, but what's behind the gate? Your job is to find that out. Oh, I thought she said we. Like, what happened to we? Did you arrive at the underpass? The gate we need to unlock is inside. The control panel should be beside you. Do you see it? Connect jump into it and unlock the gate. What happened? What? Connect jump isn't working? That's strange. It's an electronic lock, so there should be some kind of network inside it. Perhaps it's just that you didn't activate the connect jump properly. Right, I think it's time I verified your ability to perform a connect jump. Raise your hand. Now, concentrate. Now what? That's it. 30 minutes later. 1 hour later. Several hours later. 100 years later. What were you doing just now? Whatever you're doing, it seems like it's not working. Oh, it looks like I can't verify it. Well, it seems that you can only connect jump if you feel disappointed. If I were to posit a theory as to how your connect jump works, your ability locates a digital wave, piggybacks on it to the target location's digital space, and then enters it. It can be a network, a PC server, doesn't matter what the target location is. If it has a digital space, then you should be able to access it. However, there seems to be certain limitations when interfering with the digital wave. In other words, when you can, and when you can't, you can't. What we've determined is that you connected before by chance, even if there are specific reasons why you were able to each time. Put simply, cause and effect are connected to the digital waves. Wait a second, how could you connect jump this time then? Well, I don't have any proof to support my answer, but perhaps there were others like you who tried and failed to open the lock and were disappointed? Yes, disappointment is definitely key. I rambled on long enough. Please get this lock opened as quickly as you can. It seems you've managed to unlock the gate, so thanks for that. It must have been easy for you, given your skill. What? There's a bit of a labyrinth in the underground tunnel? What do you mean by a bit? Is there any sign of a Digimon or an eater in there? I see. It is strange to see just a small section of labyrinth. I know I said we couldn't know what we would find, but I wasn't expecting that. I believe we have witnessed a special digital wave occurrence. It's as if it's some kind of a current. I see. This is definitely a ley line. Have you ever heard of ley lines before? There are many in Tokyo. They're also called dragon chains. Dragon signifies the undulating landscape and the hills and mountains. The dragon chain is what we call the flow of the land's spirit. It's well known that Sosei Tenkai, advisor to Ieyasu Tokugawa, turned Edo into a great feng shui city. It is said that he built a waterway and path to lead the chi from Mount Fuji and Tokyo Bay to Edo Castle. Of particular note is, in this instance, are Kan-Eiji and Asakusa Shrine to the northeast and Zojoji and Hiei Shrine to the southwest. All big religious institutions. In feng shui, those directions are thought to draw negative energy their way. The shrines hold big festivals to purge and expel that energy. And if you look at the ley lines that connect Buddhist temples Kaneji and Zojoji and Shinto shrines Asakusa and Hiei, you'll find they cross right inside Old Edo Castle, home to today's Tokyo Imperial Palace. It's really quite fascinating to see. Nowadays, the waterways have been swapped out for rail lines and radio towers dot the northeast and southwest. You could say we finished what Tenkai started. Viewed from the eyes of current society, those rail lines and radio towers are artificial ley lines that supplement the old roads and waterways. Naturally, where you're standing underground constitutes another ley line running through Tokyo too. Not just any ley line either. The one that's believed to emanate from Mount Fuji is supposed to run right through there. The man-made tunnel layered on top of it allows digital waves to keep flowing in perpetuity. What? That's a word. I know that's a word, I just don't know how it's pronounced. Perpetuity? Maybe that sounds better. It's really a peculiar thing going on. It's really a peculiar thing going on down there. That's what's producing this quasi-labyrinth you're seeing before you. Knowing that, those weird voices that people are supposedly hearing probably belong to Digimon that are appearing as a result. I could go on for a while yet about this subject, but you can at least somewhat get what I'm saying, right? I'll take that to mean you understood it well enough then. At this point, your work is essentially done, but we can't exactly just ignore this newfound discovery of yours either. Why don't you go a little further in and check things out for me? The tunnel just keeps going, you say? If it stays on course like that, you're going to end up in Roppongi, which would mean... this reminds me of something I've heard about before. As I mentioned before, Tokyo's ley lines stem from Mount Fuji, which is of course not all that a coincidence given that it's a sacred place, and that energy takes all the highways like Koshu Kaido and the Tokaido to get to Tokyo from Mount Fuji. That energy joins up with underground waterways going along the highways that carry Mount Fuji's snowmelt to Tokyo, flowing into the city together. One theory holds that the first place where that water appears above ground after reaching Tokyo happens to be where else but Nakano. Put simply, all the ley lines that flow throughout Tokyo could well be coming out of our own stomping grounds, believe it or not. Wouldn't that be amazing to think about it if it turned out to be true? Stop right there. Don't go any farther. You're standing at the border of the municipality. Go any farther and you'll be in central government territory. That's a hive we'd best not poke. Color me intrigued, though. That's a hell of a thing to stumble into just walking around inside the tunnel. We aren't prepared just yet to pick that sort of fight. There's still too much we don't know. This little tangent of ours has gone on long enough, I think. Head back the way you came and regroup at the office. Though it's not as strong as we're used to, that tunnel is causing a digital shift. We should probably keep it locked up before or after all. I have no idea how I'm going to explain all of this to our client. No matter how you spin it, it'll probably be a lot to take in. I wouldn't be surprised if we come away looking even sketchier than we already do. Let's just let Detective Matayoshi deal with it. Some jobs are just best left to others. You're curious what exactly was actually beyond where you stopped? That makes two of us, believe me. Actually, while you were on your way back, I decided to look into it a little bit. Apparently what you found was a Kamishiro research lab of all things. Oh, don't be so dense. I told you that area is under the jurisdiction of the central government. That's not the sort of place you wander into for fun. If nothing else, it indicates that Kamishiro and the government have a tighter relationship than what we previously suspected. Going after Kamishiro could well mean we'd also be ruffling the government's feathers. That's why we can't be hasty right now. We'll do what we can to prepare and cross that bridge when we come to it. This is just a guess on my end, but I imagine it was Kamishiro that changed the password on that door and rendered it impossible to get open. They probably weren't counting on us being able to actually break in and snoop around. Knowing that, it could well serve as our ace in the hole later when the time does come to confront them, hopefully unawares. But again, let's not worry about hashing out the details until we have to, and just be grateful we have that up our sleeve if need be. On that note, I realize this case is technically closed, but what do you say about heading over to Roppongi for me one more time? I don't mean on official business, rather I'm keen on doing a little independent intelligence gathering for our own internal use. Surely you're interested in knowing why Kamishiro has built a research lab underneath the Metropolitan office too, right? So how about you just walk on through the front door there and see what you can find? Sound good? Wait, where are we going? We're going to what? Wait, where do we do it from? Or no, maybe we have to leave. They have like a actual building in the real world. I guess that's where it is. You don't actually go to Roppongi in this game. Oh, are you here for a tour of the lobby? Please come on inside. You must be confused. Let me explain. Construction on this Metropolitan office isn't entirely complete as of yet. Well, it was at one point, that is, until a major firm came in and it was decided the upper floors merited additional construction. As such, while that's going on, the lobby here remains free and open to the public to visit. Did you make it inside the Metropolitan office? Alright, I get you. So they're alright with you hanging around the lobby. Well, that makes our work a little easier then. Go in. All you need at this point is a terminal somewhere so you can infiltrate their systems. Piece of cake at this stage, I'd say. So once you find a terminal, just slip on in and work your magic like always. I wish I was there to see it myself. Seems like quite the sight. Reminds me of the Tower of Babel in a way. Or Babel? Babel? I think Babel. I guess I'm starting to ramble again though. Don't worry about me. Feel free to get back to work now. Is something wrong out there? Oh, you found a terminal that's digital shifting a little? If this shift is weak while still prominent enough for you to notice it, could be a sign this place will turn into a labyrinth later on. Well, for now, try connect jumping into it. We have no idea what could be inside there, so stay on your feet, alright? Oh, there wasn't even like a cutscene or anything, like any dialogue or whatever. Damn. So you found an eater inside there after all. But you couldn't find any other evidence of note? You're not seeing the forest for the trees here. The fact that there was an eater inside the terminal at all is big evidence in and of itself. Regardless, let's call it a day here. Get on back to the office now. That was probably hard work going all over. That was probably hard work going all over the place today. But thanks to you, I think I'm starting to piece it all together now. While you were out and about, I decided to measure the digital waves coming out of that building. And I found that the Metropolitan office itself is one big digital wave force field. From what I can tell, energy is flowing straight into the Metropolitan office via the ley line inside Nakano Underpass. So that underground lab Kamishiro has beneath the building is probably controlling the energy flow. You remember what I said about ley lines when you were inside that tunnel, don't you? There are two things at play here, the natural energy flow from the earth along the ley lines and digital waves emanating from a sea of electrons. If you make a massive structure like the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Office a hub for those things, then you can manipulate their flow. Why do they need to do it that way? Well, for one, digital waves might be invisible to the naked eye, but they have mass and therefore require a vessel. And the bigger the vessel is that contains those waves, the more energy you can build up. It probably also explains the new construction going on, as more space would mean that much more energy Kamishiro could stockpile. That extra energy would then go on to impact the office beyond the facility, hence the digital shift you ran into in the lobby. And with any good digital shift comes an eater. And of course, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that place goes labyrinth eventually. But we don't have to be concerned about that threat anymore now that you've cleaned the joint up. On the other hand, it's worrying in its own way that things resolved so cleanly this time. The fact that digital waves can be concentrated in such small qualities, not quantities? Whatever, as to attract individual eaters and produce a micro labyrinth is scary. If you hadn't been there, it might well not have been caught until much later. The whole thing doesn't sit well with me at all. This case has taught us that there's technology that can mostly suppress large amounts of digital waves as they're built up and placed wherever. The deliberate and calculated nature of it all indicates that somebody's got big plans in the works, suffice it to say. This, of course, calls for more investigating. We need to figure out how long this has all been going on and just what exactly it's for. Let's keep our eyes peeled as we move forward. We're on to something here. I know it. Oh, yay!